Hi everyone, my name is Sedat. I would like to welcome you to our webinar. Today I will introduce SYSTRONICS Intercompany Utilities. This program consolidates intercompany information and transacts across multiple companies. What you can do using intercompany utilities. It allows to automate cross-company purchase and sales transactions. You can print consolidated each receivables and payables, as well as transaction listing reports. You can transfer stock from one company to another. It has synchronization submodules allowing to synchronize GL accounts, AR customers, AP vendors, IC items, and also it allows to perform intercompany account balance allocations. The program has a list of submodules, and here the list of these submodules. 2 trade automation submodules, working with POE and or AR and AP modules. It has a consolidated reports submodule, inventory transfers, 4 synchronizations modules, and fuel distribution submodules. Now let me switch to Sage 300 and show how these submodules work. The first one that I want to show is a POE trade automation submodule. To be able to do this trade automation, we are using the actual Sage 300 transactions available in PO and OE models. It starts from purchase order. So I have 2 companies specialized for that purposes created. One I named as purchasing company and another one as a selling company. And in the purchasing company, I will start by making a purchase order. I will make a new purchase order from the usual screen, the PO screen. For that purpose, I will select the vendors defined specially for intercompany transactions. So after selecting the vendor, I will fill some detailed information. Item, location, quantity, and cost. I can have just one detail line or many detail lines, it doesn't matter. And then I will post the purchase order. When I post the purchase order, system will try to generate corresponding sale order in a linked company. But in order to generate that sale order, it is necessary to have a special security right for that purpose. If that right is not available, then the sale order is not created immediately. And it is put in a special place, and you will be able to continue making this transaction to be processed. So first of all, let me post and see what the message will be shown here. Especially, I didn't give the user to this right for creating the sale order. So the message is informing that this admin user does not have enough security right to create this sale order. So what should be done if the right is not available? I will create I will close this purchase order. Let's go to that linked selling company. This company is in a different color, pink color. So from here, I will go to Intercompany Utilities and to the Approval Console. There is a screen for Approval Console, and that transaction is sitting on Approval Console, waiting until the user who has an approval right will approve that. Let me click the Go button to populate the grid. And from the grid, I have this transaction. So if the user has that right, then it is just needed to select the transaction and click the process button. After clicking process button, the message is informing that order entry number 70 posted in this company. So based on the purchase order, this sale order has been created. The next step is to create the next transactions in purchasing company pure receipt and in selling company the shipment. So on this selling company, I will go to order entry model and create a shipment. When I create a shipment, I will select that intercompany customer, and from the finder, the order entry that was just created. So from here, now I will ship the quantity and post it. And when I will post the shipment, the corresponding PO receipt entry will be created. Again, security right is needed, and if the user has that security right, immediately, without going to Approval Console, the PO receipt will be created. Now the message is informing that PO receipt number 88, 86 in company PGPUR is created. The next step is to create invoices in both companies. It is possible to create first in purchasing company or in selling company, it doesn't matter. Whenever I will create an invoice, the corresponding invoice will be created in the linked company. So let me create an invoice. Select the shipment. And based on this shipment, I will create an invoice. When I post the invoice, immediately the corresponding invoice will be created in the linked purchasing company. The message is informing about the invoice creation in that purchasing company. This is the whole cycle of this POE trade automation. What next? Actually, this is the cycle of the POE trade automation, but we have also another trade automation submodule, which is just introduced in this 2023 version. This is our AR/AP trade automation submodule. So from here, we are entering transactions into AR and AP modules, and it starts from the invoice creating in the selling company. So I will go to AR mode. Invoice batch list. I will create a new invoice. Summary type of this intercompany customer. Let's say for $120, and I will post it. Whenever I will post the invoice, system will try to generate a corresponding invoice in the purchasing company. Again, the security right is needed, and if this right is available, then the invoice will be created automatically. In all cases, when the security right is missing, the transaction will go to approval console. In this case, the transaction created since the right is available. So if I go to purchasing company AP invoice batch list, sorry. You will see that invoice here. So I will post it. We need to post it in order to proceed with the payment and receipt transactions. So if the corresponding payment and selling invoices are available already posted, we can make a payment receipt transactions. So from this payment company, purchasing company, I can make one payment. New. When I will select and populate the grid. In the grid, on the first detail line, I have the invoice created just now. So if I select this intercompany invoice and post it, I will get a corresponding AR receipt created in the linked company. So let me change the payment type from check to cash, not to print the check. The message in the first detail line is saying that the transaction is created in the selling company. So if I go to my selling company receipt batch list, I have that receipt is created. I will post it. There is one more transaction that can be done in this trade automation, but it is the adjustment which I can make from the selling company, and the corresponding adjustment can be created in the purchasing company. And this is the list that can be done in the ARIP trade automation. Let's finish with this trade automation and go on to other submodules. There is special submodule allowing to print certain consolidated reports. For that purpose, I need to go to Intercompany Utilities Consolidated Reports folder and print this report. But please note that we cannot print this report directly from these companies. To print the consolidated reports, you need to create a special company for that purposes, having a hard-coded name as RGA Comp. Only from that company you can print intercompany utilities. After the setup, also you need to synchronize the transactions from this screen in order to be able to print this report. We just need to select and click process button. It has been done already, so I can print the report. The first one is H receivables report. This report is very similar to the usual ARH receivables report, but here I have a grouping option here. Company ID and customer name number. Let's say I will use the customer number grouping option. And also it has a separate tab to specify the companies for where the information will be printed. So I will select the RG South, the linked company. So in that case, the report will print from two companies the information. From the current company, no, sorry, select both of them. So it will print these purchasing and selling companies that I used already. So to print it, I will click the print button. That's all. The report will be printed. And for each company, if the customer is available in both companies, then the information will pick up from both companies. If only one company will be available, that customer, then only the open documents of that customer will be printed. The first one is 1,000, which is available only in one company. Let's go to the next customer, 1,100. We have this customer number in both companies. So the first section will be printed for this RGPWR company. And next, second section is for the RGSAL company. And at the end of these two sections, the total of these two sections will be printed. Similarly, for other customers, the report will be, information is printed. And at the end of the report, the total of all customers will be printed, taken from both companies. Similar payables report is available, H payables report, which will print the information about the vendors. Next, there is a transactions by company reports for vendors and customers. If I will print this vendor transactions by company report, it is again very similar to the report available in accounts payable order, but the report will be printed information not only from one company, but from the companies selected on the second tab. If I select more than one company, then the report will print information from these selected companies. For example, for this 1,200 customer vendor, 1,200 vendor, there is a column for one company and a column for the second company. And on the last total column, we have figures, which is consolidated, includes the information about these two companies' information. This much about the reports. Let's go on to synchronization. We have 4 synchronization modules: vendors, customers, items, and GL accounts. Let's go to vendor synchronization. And to do that synchronization, for each synchronization, there is a special screen for that intercompany utilities. For vendor synchronization, I will go to that folder and open the vendor screen. This screen is very similar to the corresponding screen in accounts payable. However, when I select a vendor, in addition to all existing fields, there is an extra button here, synchronize button. What happens if I synchronize one specific selected vendor? If that vendor is available in the linked companies, then only the fields will be synchronized for that vendor. If the vendor is not available in that linked companies, then the corresponding vendor will be created. So if I click the synchronize button, another pop-up screen is opened, allowing to populate the list of linked companies, select the companies to which I want to synchronize, and only after that click the synchronize button. The message will inform that the synchronization is completed. In case if I have a task for synchronization, not only one vendor but a list of vendors, then it is better to use a second screen named as vendor synchronization wizard. Here we can synchronize a range of vendors in one go. So I have 4 selection screens allowing to select a range of vendors, for example, by vendor number or other fields. And then click the Go button to populate the list of vendors. After populating the list of vendors, I need to specify which vendors from this list I want to synchronize. There is a button to select all. I can select all vendors, or it is possible manually to select which vendor I want to include. And after this selection, I just need to go ahead by selecting the companies, which companies to make synchronization. So I will click that select, and from here to select the company to which I want to make synchronization. And then click the synchronize button. And the message is informing that synchronization completed successfully. Okay. So similarly, I can synchronize other records, such as customers, items, and GL accounts. Next thing that we need to understand is to define which fields we want to synchronize. This is defined in our G options. To define the list of fields that we want to synchronize, there are different tabs in our G options. For example, for synchronizing vendors, there is a vendor synchronization tab. I will select that tab. Let me maximize the screen. From here, we have a list of fields which will be synchronized during the synchronization. By default, all fields are defined to be synchronized. And there is a button to select or unselect, and also possible to specify the option manually, whether we want each particular field to be synchronized or not. And in this list, even the option fields are also included. So option fields can be synchronized as well. Of course, it is required that these option fields are defined the same way, same option fields in linked companies. The next submodule is intercompany transfers. It is possible to transfer items from one company to another one. To do this, we have a special screen for that, intercompany inventory transfers. So I will open that screen, allowing to make this transaction. So it starts from selecting the company to which I want to transfer the stock. The Finder will open me the linked companies. From the Finder, I will select one of them. And then the detail information I can enter, such as specify the item that I want to transfer, the location, from which location, and to which location I want to make this transfer. To location is the location of the company to which we want to transfer the item. And then quantity cost information. The cost is populated automatically, but we can override it if required. What will happen if I post this transaction? It will generate adjustment in both companies, in this and the linked company. In this company, the adjustment will use the both decrease type adjustment in inventory control, and in the linked company, both increase type of adjustment will be created. So I will save and post. The message is informing that it is done very easy. If required, you can go and check the generated adjustment in IC adjustment batch list. So I see adjustments. So both decrease adjustment is here. If everything is correct, you can post it. And similarly in the linked company as well. This much about the company transfer. The last submodule is peer distributions. This module allows to make balance allocation from one account in the source company to another account in the same or in the linked company.